Now this is an epic battle between two phones that I really like. You got the Nexus P here, Huawei's first attempt at the Nexus, and they did a good job. The Nexus P is an all aluminum chamfered edges phone that they did a good job. You got the fingerprint Nexus imprint in the back, so you got your fingerprint scanner. You got a nice aluminum look around it, which really adds to the beauty of the phone. You have this glass housing, which I call the visor, that holds this 12.3 megapixel camera with dual flash. Awesome looking phone. I just like the detail. I like the front. I like the way they did the front speakers. Awesome. This phone is just a gorgeous phone. 5.7 inch quad HD. This phone is boss. Gorgeous phone. Now, when it comes to the LG V10, we have a stainless steel frame phone with a textured back that feels real rubbly, and it makes for some reason, because of the back, it just feels like the phone is light. I said that in the unboxing. It just feels like the phone is light. But the phone is pretty dense, just like the Nexus, but I could say by feel that the V10 feels a little bit lighter. Now, of course, they have plastic, but it's a rubbery type plastic in the front. Of course, the rubber in the back, which is nice. And the reason why LG went with rubber in the back, number one, they wanted a removable back, which is hot. But they want you to be able to grip the phone, because this phone is all about taking videos with this phone. That's what the phone is all about. And they did a damn good job. This phone, I'm going to tell you right now, this phone is my type of phone. All black. It has that look, that awesome look of like a black on black car that I really like. But we could pick one. So when it comes to design, all around design, as much as I like these small bezels and I like the front of the phone, and I just like the stance of the phone, I gotta give it to Huawei. The looks of this phone is really nice. I appreciate the chamfered edges. I appreciate them going with a different look with the visor. I appreciate the dual speaker look in the front. So I gotta go with the Nexus straight up when it comes to the body and the look. Now, while we in the back, let's talk about the volume keys. I'm going to talk about the volume keys because the volume keys on the Nexus feels like the body of the phone, and it's not a problem for me. It's raised up significantly, so you know when you touch, when you're on the volume keys. The power button has a feel to it. It has a feel to it, a little bit of a texture. So you know when you got your fingers on the volume, you know when you got your fingers on the power button. Nice. But on the sides, it's a problem for me because now I've been mounting my phones and you can see the buttons are towards the middle of the phone. So I have issues mounting the phone, especially in the car. Now, when it comes to the LG, the volume button's on the back. And because I got to put my finger in the back to open up the phone, I'm really used to putting my fingers in the back. So, of course, LG got their fingerprint scanner in the back as well. And I'm used to putting my finger in the back to open up this phone as well. So I don't mind the volume buttons in the back. And I think it adds to a cleaner look because the sides are clean. I'm able to mount the phone. So when it comes to the volume button and the button placements, I got to give it to the LG. They did a damn good job. Let's get, while we in the back and we're looking at these cameras, let's go with the Nexus. This is a 12.3 megapixel camera that's honestly badass when it comes to low light. Daylight shot, it shoots good shots. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say anything negative about this camera. But when it comes to the video playback is an issue because it doesn't have OIS. It doesn't have optical image stabilization to just better photos, especially in low light. So this camera would have been even better with OIS. But this is a great camera, guys. Man, this is a good camera. If you're getting it for pictures, if you're more interested in pictures than anything else, you're going to get great pictures with this Nexus, bar none. But the LG V10 is top dog. We all know LG is top dog along with Samsung, especially when they made that LG G4. Top dog. I still don't know if the LG G4 camera is better than the Note. I'm just not sure. I haven't made that decision. But this V10 camera got even more better. The shots are awesome. The video is incredible. And it has OIS. It has OIS. It takes incredible night shots. It has the laser focusing, the dual LED flash. Incredible shots you get with this camera. This camera might be top dog out of all. So when it comes to the camera, by far none. I gotta give it to the LG. This V10 is boss when it comes to the camera. Now, let's talk about the charging. The charging, USB Type-C in the Nexus, and I love it. You never get it wrong. You just push it in. Going to the LG V10, I have to kind of coerce myself to know that, you know what? I got to be careful how I plug this in. So I got to try to figure out which side is up, which side is down, because it's still regular micro USB. And sometimes going back and forth, you can make that mistake. So it's definitely on point. But when it comes to the battery life, so of course, when it comes to plugging in your phone, we're going to give it to the Nexus. Now, when it comes to battery life, these two phones are rocking some huge batteries. Very huge batteries. But in using the phone, which to be fair, I haven't used this phone for actually a full week. It's almost a week, but not a full week of having this LG V10. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I can kill this phone in 8 hours. Now, it might go to 9 on most days of heavy use, but I can kill it. This phone, I cannot kill. The lowest I get is 30% after 8 hours. Now, I judge it after, that's how I judge my phone. Can it last the shift on the job? Now, it does last the shift, but by the time I get in the car to go home, I gotta charge it. So on battery life right there, I gotta give it to the Nexus. It's definitely has better battery life than the LG V10. And if you want to hear more, you're going to have to wait for the review for the LG V10 on battery life. And you definitely we already have the review out for the Nexus 6. When it comes to the speakers, now let me move it forward. All right, let's pause it right there. Now, you could already hear, like, the LG's louder. All right, let's hear it. The LG nano speaker, sorry, is definitely pretty good. Now the Nexus is lower down. Let's put it up higher. It's just more sound coming from the Nexus. The Nexus with these dual speakers in the front, even if I muffle it, it's still very loud. So when it comes to speaker, we gotta give it to the Nexus. Yeah, full volume on both. So, bottom line, when it comes down to it, really, I gotta pick one phone, and I'm gonna let you know what it is. The volume buttons kill it for me when it comes to the Nexus. I can't mount my phone, and that's becoming very important to me. What's killing me on the V10 is the battery life. That I could see the battery life is gonna be an issue, but then again, I can swap the battery. The camera is killing me when it comes to video on the Nexus, because there's no way I can take video and upload it to YouTube the way I would want if I ever had to do it in an emergency, because it's going to shake like nothing. It's going to shake. It's not going to look right to put up a low quality video because it's shaking. But with the V10 is probably better than the camera I'm using right now. It's probably better than this Galaxy camera that I'm using right now. So I'm going to tell you, because of the camera, because of the buttons in the back, because of double tap to wake, double tap to sleep, because the speaker is really not bad at all, because the battery life is not a big deal to me, I could swap it. The audio jack with that hi-fi sound is a added plus. Front cameras don't really interest me that much. Their OS is not that bad. So at the end of the day, with this fight here, this battle we have here, as close as it is, and I love the second screen, I gotta give it to the V10. The V10 wins this battle. It's so close, guys. It is so close. It really could have gone either way, but I gotta give it to the V10. It just works. It's the bomb. So with that, guys, see you guys in the next one. LG V10 wins this particular battle.